Welcome to the AlmighTees channel. This week is a bit of a change of scenery in that I'm at my sister and brother-in-law's house in York, South Carolina. In today's episode, I'm going to show you how to use a simple template to register your screens that will virtually eliminate the need for micro adjustment. So pull up a chair, kick off your shoes, and stay a while. I'm going to show you how that's done next. So I'm out here on press and I'm going to show you a very simple but yet effective way to pre-register your screens on press. And it all starts with this. All it is just a piece of waterproof film that I've printed 3 registration marks and a center line. That's it. So what I do is I take that and I line that up to my center line on my platen. Then I start registering each screen up to the registration mark, whichever one your top registration mark will hit when you lower your screen down onto your platen, and then just line your back one up just to the center line there. And you do that with each one of your screens. You'd be surprised if you're thorough enough and you take enough time to make sure each one of these screens is in the right spot. You'll be surprised at how much time you'll save by using this process and this template. And I'll show you a little bit more here right now. So here's a close-up of the actual template on the platen. I just lower my first screen down, which is going to be my white. And it's not on there quite perfect. So I'm going to use my micros to get that center line in the back lined up. Sometimes you do have to go a little back and forth to make sure that it's lined up just ever so perfectly. That looks good. So I'm going to lock them down. Then I'm going to go through each one of my subsequent screens. This is a 5 color. Okay. One thing I didn't do right offhand, did not see which my marks. So it's the first one. I'm going to do this in real time just to show how quick and easy this can be. Okay. I already have all my registration marks taped off. So I did that previous to starting to record this video. Okay. This is screen number 3. This is my magenta. Get that on there. Depends on where you have, whether you have your micros centered or not, of whether you have to move, how far you have to move your screen. Some of mine are in better position than others. Okay. Right. We've done this on a couple recent jobs, and I've forgotten I even created this template. I've just been using it for a center line to get my first screen lined up, and I tried it again and told David about it, and he's been using it, and he's like, man, why didn't you tell me about this? And I was like, well, I did tell you about it. He said, well, yeah, but you didn't tell me how effective it was. I said, well, I guess I like depending on my eyes most of the time, but this is a good way to get real. I mean, sometimes you'll get it, and I'll be honest with you, I've done it a few times where it was right on the money. I didn't have to move much of anything after I got it initially lined up. Have to make sure that back is right dead on center, right on that mark. And that looks good. I'm gonna run through them real quick and just see. See, that one's off just a smidge. And that would make a difference. Let's hope that one stays. And you got to leave this down, the template. Because what I used to do was I would set up my first screen, which on this job would have been my white underbase. Then I would print that white underbase and then line all my other colors up to my white underbase. Now, if I've done this correctly, I shouldn't have to do anything but add ink and get to printing. So let me do that, and I'll be right back. So I've got my screens all inked up, got my squeegees ready. Let's try this out and see what happens. About the only thing that I am going to flash is just my white underbase. Just for the sake of this video. I do want to knock down my platen. Let me warm that sucker up. All right. No, that's one thing I don't have. I don't have my white squeegee. Shirt warmed up, kind of just helps get the platen warmed up, helps the ink to flow a little bit better. It's still a little cold here in South Carolina. All right. Let that flash. I'm not going to be looking at the registration marks. I've done all of that in the pre-registration part of it. So all I'm going to do is just print the colors and just hope everything stays in line. Clean hands are a screen printer's best friend. No, I don't wear gloves because we usually don't get our hands very dirty here at AlmighTees. Okay, let's see where we are now. Well, almost. It's a little tacky. Okay, I think that'll do. I just want it to be warm, but I don't want it to be too hot. All right, well, here goes nothing, y'all. Being that they're 230s, the lemon yellow isn't flowing through that 230 like I'd like it to. Okay, I'm not flash. Well, I am going to have to flash one of them. You know what? I may flash them all. Just so this doesn't become a mess. Making sure that flash is covering enough of the print to flash it or dry it properly. Oh, it's still pretty wet. And that's why it's good to have one of these nearby. It's getting there. It's not quite there yet. I will have to flash because the lettering has a bright blue outline. So even if I run production, I'm going to have to white flash, yellow. I think I'm going to be able to run yellow, magenta, wet on wet, flash, blue, and I might be able to print the black wet on wet on top of the blue as long as I avoid that bottom portion of the text, the outline of the text that's there. And you'll see what I'm talking about when I get there. There's an outline on this screen. I mean, the fill on this screen, and there's the outline on the bright blue screen. All right. Ooh. Ooh. It's actually a watercolor effect or a watercolor look to this print. And I do want to run, I'd like to be able to run as many of these colors wet on wet so we do get some of that mixing of the colors. This is a simulated process. I thought this might be another good job to run this. Would be another good job to do this pre-registration system on, being that it's so colorful. Okay, I got my bright blue. Let's see what happens here. Telling y'all, the yellow and the bright blue lined up perfectly. Those of you that are using your eyes, there's nothing wrong with that. I've used my eyes for many, many years, but as you get older, sometimes your eyes will begin to fail you, and that's kind of where I'm at. Actually, I have 2 pairs of glasses that I wear now. When I need to see real close up. My readers are 1.5s. They just don't cut it if I need to see really, really close up. So I actually have another pair of 2s, and I'll literally put the 2s over the 1.5s to see really close up. And it works. Looks pretty goofy. It looks like I've got 6 eyes, but hey, I don't care. I'm at that point in my life where it doesn't matter to me. Yeah, I'm going to give that a second to cool off. It's a little bit hot. So we have that little piece of card. That's exactly why that's there. All right. The reason why I have these here is if you don't, my squeegee ends up going at an angle and it drives me crazy. And that's when sometimes it'll slip and fall down. And that's why I have that little clamp that little clamp there. And that's it. That's it. I'm ready to run production. Looks good. So here's the print. Don't tell me that registration isn't spot on. Looks like I do have a little pinhole there I need to get. Lion of Judah. This is for a customer, Lexington Church of God Youth.
We hope you found this video helpful and informative. If you did, please smash that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. And if you do, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you'll be alerted when we upload new content. If you have any questions or new tutorial video ideas, drop those in the comments. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.